I'm looking at the wrong camera. Hey everybody, this is Dan from Real Brave, and here today is a special broadcast of Real Brave Live, and I've got a a good friend, someone I've known for a long time, works for Real Brave. He's he's an instructor, but actually, more importantly, he is a an artist, and I've gotten to see this up close and personal over the years. He's an artist. He's to my right now, as you can see. But I'm gonna give him my intro. He's an artist that is an incredible illustrator. He's a wonderful musician that I think you're going to see in a couple of minutes. Who has his own version of art, and I think in this day and age, it's important to have to elevate people that express themselves in a certain way so that we all can enjoy it, because that's what art is. It's about being able to express, and so that other people can see it and go, hey, that's really cool. So to my I guess right is Andrew Geislings, and he has a project called Movie Blood. Movie Blood is a I guess a passion project for you, Andrew, and welcome to the program. How are you?
Hey, I'm pretty good. Thanks for having me.
Sure. Yeah, and you emailed me the other day and you're saying it would be awesome to promote this, and I said, well, it'd be awesome if you came on here, because this is like the new version of us promoting not only the programs we have
Yeah.
here, but the people that are involved in all the programming, and there's stories behind that. So, Movie
hmm
Blood, which I don't have a screen capture, which I should have. Movie
That's
Blood
okay. We'll
is
put the link up eventually.
okay. So talk to me about the project and what you're doing.
Um, so it's I've been writing songs for as long as I feel like I can pick up a guitar. And just whether it's just playing melodies when I first was learning, and then trying to write songs and stuff. But I noticed the kind of theme among a lot of my music. It was pretty kind of dark or a little morbid, but not serious. It doesn't take itself seriously, so it's
Hmm.
kind of fun, tongue in cheek. Um, and yeah, I'm trying to put out a lot of songs during quarantine because I have a lot written. So this has just kind of become my quarantine project to focus on and put stuff out.
You've done some songwriting projects in the past for us, so
hmm
talk to me about your songwriting. Actually, I have an idea to get this up on the screen here. I can
Yeah.
do this. So go ahead. Talk to me about your songwriting process when it comes to uh, writing, because this whole thing is very unique. What we're about to talk about, it's very cool. So talk to me more
hmm
about your songwriting process.
So process, I wouldn't say like I have a process.
Okay.
I've tried, going writing songs in different ways. Sometimes intentionally going, I'm gonna write a song about this, and then sometimes lyrics or melodies come to you when you're just washing dishes and humming, or watching a movie, or um, I watch a lot of movies, and a lot of times dialogue will stick out, and I'll be like, ooh. Uh, that'll make a good lyric, or uh, I'll do a spin on that, and that'll start a lyric.
Okay.
Um, but yeah, I usually just try to. Most of the songs I think are written where I'm playing guitar and I'm just noodling with chords and trying to find. One thing that I love to do is try to find a chord progression that surprises me. So, you can kind of play chord progressions that kind of sound familiar, but trying to have a chord progression and a melody along with it that kind of surprises the listener. And I think when I'm playing, I'm the listener. So if I can surprise myself, then that's a good thing. Yeah.
You have some, I guess, references, not references. I guess what are the artists that inspired you to have the sound that you have today? Because I could guess a couple, um,
Um,
but I think it'd be better coming from you.
I mean, I feel like it goes without saying the Beatles. Um, Musically, I always listen to like a lot of British rock, and like Baroque rock, like the Beatles and the Zombies. Um,
Zombies.
and when I was in high school, that's when I started like actually one band that really changed my view of what music could be was My Chemical Romance. They're not British, but they well, I think I first saw the music video. Um, for I'm Not Okay and like Helena, and it was so theatrical and it was so I didn't know that you can write songs about on that album they had songs about like cowboys and gunfights and zombies, and a lot of it was inspired by comic books like Sandman and stuff. They've got references to lyrics from like Sandman. And before that, you kind of had like rock and roll, and it was about lyrics about being a badass, and you had love songs and stuff. And I just couldn't write any of that, and I didn't want to, and it was just I was like faking it. And then I was like, okay, you can write music about whatever you want.
It's true.
And so then I started writing music about zombies and monsters, and I feel like I kind of became like, okay, I can do this, and I can do it in a way where whatever I do end up creating, I like it, and that's my goal. Whenever I write a song, my goal is to write something that I want to listen to.
Mm.
So,
So does this come from? All right. So you have your totally different background of like the Beatles. I'd even say Buddy
hmm.
Holly, just to say it.
Everybody says that. I think that's just the glasses, you know.
It's not the
That's
glasses.
the
There's.
image.
Oh, you know what? It could be also like an Elvis Costello, which is also the glasses. So I
I
don't.
got that too. I got those literally. I was talking to a friend yesterday, and I got those two things. So
Is but
I'll take it. I'll take it. I love Buddy Holly.
I think Lane was even saying that too, right? Lane from
Yeah,
Lane Sparber. Yeah, he was even saying that too. But
yeah.
I do.
And I
I
hear
listen.
the funny thing is I never grew up listening to Elvis Costello at all.
Uh
Like
huh.
he's somebody that I never really it wasn't until everybody was like you sound like Elvis Costello, and then I listened to him and I was like, okay, I hear similarity in our voice and inflection.
That's
Um,
crazy.
but it's funny because I never grew up with knowing his music.
So the two artists that people say you sound like, you never thought of it, and you never listened to one of them. That's
No,
that,
I listened to Buddy Holly. I went through like a Buddy Holly phase,
but
but
not
yeah,
Elvis Costello,
not ever, not no, yeah.
who, by the way, if you listen to him talk, sounds nothing like the way he sings. Look into that.
Is he a bit more like this? Is
I,
it?
he's got a high. He's got a high voice.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
but he sings like that. He sings like down here, and I don't.
Watching the detectives.
Yeah, he sounds nothing like that in person. It's really
Yeah.
strange. And I guess we do all put on a voice. It's a melting of. I mean, I could speak for that personally too. It's a melting of all the things that you love and all the inflections that you love to hear.
Yeah.
Um, but getting back to Movie Blood, so this is it's interesting. So you're talking about the horror genre, which is what we were talking about last week, and I wish we actually had you on in the Wednesday show because we were
Mhm.
talking about Halloween, we're talking about all like the horror movie genre songs and how they contribute to the scary portion of the movie, but you're
Mhm.
taking a more humorous turn on the horror genre by talking about in the lyrics and in the music and more of kind of tongue in cheek.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's more like kind of, and I do have some songs that are in the process of being recorded that are like full on kind of darker.
Okay,
Um, but so far everything I have up, it's just it's very tongue in cheek, like the song Ouija Boar. Um,
I love that.
I
Love that
thought it would
song.
be really cool to write a song about uh, I play a lot of board games with my friends. Like we've got a tight board game group, and that's like our obsession. So we've never played Ouija, but I always thought it would be a funny thing to like have a song about a group of friends that get together to play Ouija to talk to a dead relative or something, and nothing happens the way a normal Ouija game would go. Like, be like, we wasted $20 on this game, and there's kind of like a lesson in that song. Like, okay, maybe there is nothing spiritual about this game, or haunted, and it's just kind of a funny take on, to me, a humorous take on what the song could have been, where, you know, ghosts, stuff does happen.
It does. I have a horrifying story about a Ouija board that I don't know if I should talk about. Uh,
I'm all ears.
let's talk about you first, and then if we have any
All
time,
right.
I could tell the story. It's actually quite entertaining. All right, so let's go to Ouija board, Ouija board,
Ouija board.
Ouija
Yeah,
board.
like,
I want to hear a little bit of that. So we tried this out before.
sure, yeah.
I'm gonna try this first, which is we're still working on. It's a high budget operation we have here. So if you go to SoundCloud.com /Andrew-Geislings, which is the name that's right up here, you can check it out, and you can see a little bit about him and this whole project, Movie Blood. And I wanted to try to play something. We'll try to see if this works too.
One, two, three, four.
Well, tonight turned out to be a Ouija board. If you can't raise the dead, what good is living for? I only want to see you one more time and tell you about the things I think you would have liked, but no one's moving our hands. Well, I'll be damned. I guess we got a bad one. Maybe we're doing it wrong. The signal ain't strong. Let's move down to the basement. Gather all the cups of chicken blood and pour 'em down the drain. Who'd have thought that trying to talk to you makes such a lousy game? Don't need no quarter for this long distance call. The voice in the hall is coming in loud and clear. This is the opportunity of a lifetime. Death on your landline, coming in fun.
It's a cowbell.
Shake the table.
With the lyric there, "Death on a Landline."
There's gotta be a sign you can give us, a tickle or a flicker of light. Well, tonight turned out to be a Ouija board.
This is awesome. This is awesome.
Thank you.
We
There's a
recently-
little reference to The Sopranos at the end.
I was trying to catch some of the lyrics and hold the camera at the same
Yeah.
time. We had some technical difficulties. We couldn't get the music to play, so I had to hold the camera and get the music to play. But
It's
so the lyrics there, it's again, it's like it's awesome because you're talking about like the experience that we had growing up with all these movies and like the our experience of it. You're looking at it and going, "Oh my God, what's happening here?" And it's kind of like something I wish I always did because I'm always making up songs at home about ridiculous things that happen in movies. So this is awesome.
There's I think that when I write lyrics, I make an attempt to be as clever as possible. So I don't know if that's a little pretentious, but I like to try to just be as clever as possible. So like at that song at the end, there's a reference to the season finale of The Sopranos where it goes, maybe it don't work out like that, and when you get whacked, the screen just goes, and it just cuts off. So
I love it.
anyone who's familiar with the Sopranos finale maybe
Just
get that reference.
or maybe you just ruined
Screen
it
just goes
for
black.
half our audience, which is one person.
Maybe one guy, yeah.
Yeah, there's a young lady here who's asking a question named Samira. I don't know who this is.
Oh wow, yeah. I don't know who this is.
She
I've never met her in my life.
she's asking what is the song you're most exciting about releasing
The
for that song?
one I'm most excited about releasing. I've got a
Stumped.
song that I'm recording now called the Chorusaurus. Um, Chorusaurus. I want it to be called Chorusaurus versus the Earworm, but I think I might just leave it as Chorusaurus.
I like
But
Chorosaurus.
Chorosaurus and the Earworm are kind of these Godzilla type creatures that kind of represent the music industry and how kind of pop music and certain artists are kind of forced into forced to the top of the charts and there's a certain sound that's kind of overtaking the charts and it's kind of poppy and auto-tuned um and I'm not like saying like I hate that sound. It's just like it's just this big in my eyes. It's this big machine. It's this big monster.
Yeah.
And so it's this kind of really heavy, hard rock song about these two monsters. Like, what if they kind of battled? And that's what I wanted the song to sound like. And they're kind of like in an H.P. Lovecraftian way. They're kind of plugged into everybody's ear holes and kind of pumping in this one sound.
Ear holes. Don't
So
say
that's
don't curse on our program. Ear holes. Um,
ear holes. Yeah, sorry. Yeah,
what about a song about Gojira?
Gojira. Um, yeah. Well, that's what I was going for. I was actually watching a lot of Godzilla films, and they're pretty awful,
They're
but
pretty
they're
terrible.
fun if you're yeah
I mean, to be clear, you're talking about the 50s, 60s, 70s.
yeah yeah.
Yeah, yeah, all right, because they are pretty terrible. Did you
Yeah.
watch the most recent incarnation, which is, I felt, a pretty like a good tip of the hat to that whole thing.
I watched the one where we're with Mothra, I
Yeah,
think.
yeah, yeah.
And I think no, Walter White. What's the actor's name?
Yeah, Walter White.
Um,
Yeah, just leave it at that.
Walter White's in it, and yeah, I watched that. I thought it was pretty good.
We're getting Kevin says hashtag ear holes,
Ear
and
holes, yeah.
Javier Roldan. How are you doing, Javi? We know
At
Javi.
least that's it.
He's re-released Hudson. What's that?
Oh man. Hudson's a song I wrote years back, and this was like the one of the songs that was like it wasn't based off of any sci-fi rigmarole. It's based off a like an actual real life experience. I don't know how much I want to talk about it on a video, but it's just kind of a breakup song. And I wrote half of it before the breakup and then half of it after the breakup. So it kind of has this like bittersweet sound to it.
Okay.
And yeah, I like it. It's a nice song, and yeah. So it's about the Hudson being a river that I was like. So I was in New York and she was in New Jersey, and the Hudson was kind of what divided us. But that was just like one of other things that divided us. So it's just this kind of short little song about that. Yeah.
It's this is an ode to again getting back to the art of this,
Mm,
which I think is important. It's an ode to the how important the lyrics are to any songwriting
mm,
project, and the overall art that goes along with creating the music. Because
mm,
you're right. I mean, I could go on for an hour about this. The music industry is broken in so many places, and there's no room for, or there's not necessarily a lot of room for this, right? So that's
mm,
why I feel like it's important to build this type of story and to promote stuff like this. And I've been there.
Hmm.
I famously like to say, I've been in the music industry for 20 years and I've made dozens of dollars. Like it's really difficult to get there.
Yeah.
But not only do you have like the art for, or like even the propensity to create this stuff, but you're an illustrator too. So you have this background and like the vision to see something like this. And like, so how does your illustrator talent come in through something like this? Like what is that? What are you able to do with that?
Well, I think just having to, I mean, I never took any classes or know like
What?
the business wherewithal about promoting yourself. Um, but I know that just getting, the internet's a great tool. So to just be able to post stuff up on the internet is it's great. And I mean, I don't know anything to be able to use SoundCloud. You don't have to know anything. You just need to know how to record and maybe mix a song a little, and then having some visuals to go with that just helps out a lot. And like I said, like bands that I like, My Chemical Romance, like they were so visual. So they were like a huge inspiration of kind of like making the visuals part of the band. Or given another example where the art is the band is Gorillaz,
Yeah,
where
that's a perfect
there's this
example.
whole fictional band that doesn't really exist, but people recognize them more than they would recognize Jamie Hewlett, the guy who draws, or Damon Albarn. Um, so that's just a really inspirational thing. That's really cool. I remember watching the first Gorillaz video on MTV as a young kid, and I think it was in middle school, and it blew my mind. I was like, "What?
Yeah.
Cartoons band, cartoon bands?"
So
It's right
so
up my
then
alley.
I know somebody that has taken the visual like art
Hmm.
and at this level been able to connect it to his music. Are we going to have something like, are we going to have a YouTube channel anytime soon?
That would be, yeah, that would be cool. And I was thinking of doing, maybe animating a song, but animation is such a that would be a huge project, but I think that would be really cool. You're welcome. I think that would be a cool thing to do one day, But I
It
feel
would,
like right now I'm focusing on just recording the music and just trying to get it out there. I think my main goal would be to have someone professional mix and master it and then get it on Spotify. Because people don't tend to go to SoundCloud to listen to music,
no,
especially, I mean,
it's
nobody
not
does.
like
It's more
the
for like sharing ideas,
right, right, right,
but it's
right.
not a huge listening platform.
I mean, YouTube, TikTok, those are the two
Hmm.
platforms. Um, and I see behind you you have a bunch of art there, and something behind you. That's so your dad, right? Your dad was a painter.
Yeah, yeah. So my dad was a painter, passed away 4 years ago, actually on election night. So
Oh
he
wow.
missed Emperor Trump, but he left right on time. Um, But yeah, I always grew up in a house just full of art and art books, and his art and his friends were artists, so their art is just all over the house. I grew up with that.
And what was his main? If you were to put your dad into a place, what was his whole thing with painting and art, and how does that come into your art? Like, how does that transfer down?
Um, well, he was more of like a fine artist. Like he went to school in Antwerp, I believe, and studied art, and so he did you know realistic paintings like that, and then went into abstract art and his later paintings in life were just kind of like brushstrokes, very a lot of feeling and just very abstract though. And he was just very interested in colors and yeah. So growing up, I I wouldn't say I took it for granted. I just wasn't interested in fine art because I grew up on like Looney Tunes and Disney movies, animated films, and those are fine art to me. Like that's my fine art. So like Disney animated films and Fantasia. I like religiously watched Fantasia. But I think that's from cartoons and animation. That's where I learned, what I loved about art and also music. Because in Looney Tunes you hear classical music and it's all queued up to the visuals.
Mm.
They're like two sides of the same coin.
So is there anything that gets passed down from one generation to another, one artist to another, that you could say like, well, this is part of what I grew up with? And you do have the Illustrator part of you is incredible. For any of you that hasn't seen it yet, you will. Um, so, I mean, as a parent, I
Mm.
try to pass things down, not to shove it down. Like I just try to pass.
Hmm.
Like this is what it is. Here it is. Do with it as you please. Did your dad like just invite you, or did he? Was it more just like this is what I do? You do it as you please.
Yeah, he never like tried to push any style on me or anything. If I did learn anything from him, it was just through osmosis, just from being in the house, surrounded by it all the time. Um, and he knew what I was interested in. He was fine with that. He was like, okay, you want to draw cartoons? Fine. So,
Very cool. Well, we got some comments here. We got Mr. Phil Ortiz. How you doing,
hey,
Phil?
hey, Phil.
He's asking
This
anything you.
guy, we were actually pre-quarantine. We were planning he was going to be the guitarist for Movie Blood. So,
Uh,
well, hey, I mean, quarantine's going to end one day.
Maybe not.
So we were
And
going to
then
play some live, maybe not, but we ever play live shows, Phil?
well, he's
You're my guy.
asking. He's asking here. Anything you've been watching recently that has inspired you?
Um, uh, I haven't really been writing a lot of new music lately. I've been focusing on recording old songs that I've been writing, but I have watched some pretty good things. My girlfriend and I are watching Community, which is hilarious, and
Yes,
that blurs the line between a live action TV show and a cartoon because anything can happen in that show.
I know.
There are no rules. And then before that, I watched actually this is Midnight Gospel on Netflix, which is a show by the creator of Adventure Time and some podcaster. I forgot his name. Duncan Trussell, I think that's his name. And
Duncan
it's just
Trussell.
a really interesting mix. It's this guy interviews people, and then they animate that podcast, and um, they always talk about just kind of really interesting subjects. And in the last episode, he interviews his mom, who was diagnosed with like stage 4 um, cancer, and it's one of the most moving uh, things I've ever seen.
Mm.
And then they animate to that, and the animation's really whimsical and weird, but the conversation is extremely real and heartfelt. So that was a really cool show.
Well, if there's anything I'm taking from this is that I want to see your incredible illustrator talents combined with the music that you have on here, because
Yeah.
that combined with the meaningful lyrics that mean something, whether they're tongue in cheek or not,
Mm.
visually would be incredible. And I implore you to please grace us with that, because I think that would be really incredible. And you're right, like the stuff that you're seeing, that you're talking about, I totally get. I don't think Community breaks the fourth wall, but they come pretty close to it a couple times.
Oh yeah, they definitely do.
They do, right? Okay, maybe I'm
Yeah.
missing something then. The what's the fight they would have over and over again? Is it the paintball fight?
Yeah, the paintball fight. Yeah. I haven't finished everything, but the paintball episodes are great.
I can't. It gets progressively worse each season, Like not worse, but
That's
like
what I've
wor
heard, yeah. And I know
like
they fired Dan Harmon like season 3 and stuff, but
no, I mean
I'm still loving it.
not worse as far as the content. I'm
Uh-huh.
saying the that idea every
Oh
year
yeah.
goes progressively down like the rabbit hole, like so deep that you don't even know what you're watching anymore. It's just
Yeah.
it's
I,
actually
I
pretty
love
incredible.
the alternate dimensions that they brought that into the show.
Is this L?
Hey, hey, it's Elle.
Hey L.
Thank you,
Oh,
Elle. Cool. I'm glad you're listening to it.
that's amazing. Wait,
She's
did
my
you?
student. She's a
Yeah,
super talented she sings, she plays guitar, she plays bass.
yeah, she
Um
does. One of my
yeah.
favorite performances, I would say, is watching Elle be herself on stage.
Yeah.
Personally, over the years, and thank you for being yourself and being on the show here, Andrew. We've got some people on here talking to us. This is great. I'd watch this show. I think somebody said that already. Oh, Kevin said that. Yeah, Kevin said.
Yeah. I saw
I
Kevin said something about Tom and Jerry before. Yeah,
yeah,
that's another big inspiration. When I was younger, Looney Tunes, Tom and Jerry, and Woody Woodpecker.
brutal shows, very violent.
Before I could go to school, before I was like in pre-K or anything, that was my education.
Meanwhile, I watch Voltron.
Yeah, I missed that. I missed all anime when I was younger. Was Voltron anime?
Voltron was like the mainstream, yeah, like it was like that combination of all the good anime, and they made it like
Yeah,
into
yeah.
like an 8 o'clock in the morning show. Like the old '80s Voltron had a storyline to it. It had that one same character that's in all anime, that one face. You know what I'm talking about? It's just over and over again the same guy. Uh, yeah, I mean, and then they tried to redo it in Netflix. It was okay. It just wasn't the
Yeah.
same. I was
Well,
also
we're living in like the age of nostalgia.
yeah, it's nostalgia marketing now. All they're
Yeah.
doing is just going after our age group, basically. You know,
Yeah.
the Gen Xers to early millennials.
We're never gonna be allowed to grow up.
Well,
They're gonna just keep like you know, "Hey, you think you're gonna grow up? No. Well, here's Teletubbies in the Avengers now.
it's a living nightmare.
Yeah.
Or I have a
Here's Sesame Street for adults.
God no. My cousin is a screenwriter, and a couple months ago we were having fun doing something just like this, and he does horror movies, and there's more people talking here. Oh, hi Olivia.
Oh, Olivia. Oh, Olivia Parsram. Hey, how you doing? Oh my gosh, I miss you too. I hope you're still listening to Queen and playing guitar. And David Bowie. I know those are your two favorites.
Amazing. Olivia, thanks for saying hi.
Yeah.
We were Andrew is a great teacher. He really connects with the students. So not only does he have all this stuff, but I think one of the things that your students will always say is that you connect really well. It's one of the things that I think that I admire about you, because you're able to not only connect with them, but it leaves a lasting mark, and that's the beauty of teaching in
Hmm.
this crazy topsy turvy world. And what I was saying about the conversation with my cousin, we were talking about the zombie apocalypse, and he's a big zombie fan. He was saying,
Hmm.
I asked him the question, would you choose this type of end of the world scenario virus, which is it's not going to
Hmm.
happen, folks. I'm just kidding. But over a zombie apocalypse, and he was saying, well, I would choose the zombie apocalypse because at least we could have chainsaws tied to pickup trucks with chicken wire all over them and drive
Hmm.
around. So, what would your apocalypse type scenario in movie blood be?
Um, should I just create one right now?
Yeah,
Or
yeah. Oh,
um,
L saying will be vampires.
Elsing will be vampires. That would be great. I think it would be really great if we can all just upload our consciousness to a cloud, and then explode the Earth and get that squared away, and then we'll just live in this video game fantasy for the rest of our lives. Um, yeah,
And
we'll be digitized.
that's
I
a
think
horror
that'd be
movie.
that's my uh No, that's more like a yeah. I guess it's not really hard. You can. The thing is, you can go any direction. Your mind will become a video game, I guess. Is that apocalyptic? I guess that's not apocalyptic. That's more sci-fi.
And that might be sci-fi and what's already happening.
Yeah, yeah.
So no zombies in your apocalypse, just people in being uploaded into a Matrix type cloud with Keanu Reeves making out with whoever that was, and making my kids very upset.
Or we can just do the Thunderdome leather, everyone wearing leather, zombies, weapons on everything, weapon cars, no water.
None, none. So
Recycled water.
we've got a couple more minutes here. I is there another tune you want to try to wrap up with here, and before we
Well, the last song that the songs on my SoundCloud, I've been mixing them myself, and I feel like I've progressively gotten better at mixing every song I release. So I think the last song I did was called Preoccupied. Um, and you asked before about like songwriting process. For that
yeah.
song, I actually did something I had tried before, but I didn't have any results. And what I did was I put on a movie and muted it, and then just played guitar while watching the movie, and just kind of just let my brain just verbal diarrhea and musical diarrhea. Um, a good idea came out, which was Preoccupied. The movie I watched, uh, I watched this old black and white horror film called Vampire from like the 1920s or something.
Okay.
And there was just this title card on the screen that said something about like the vampire hunter or something is preoccupied with the occult and stuff like that. And I just started singing something like that, and it kind of became a song about me just being kind of morbid, and kind of like an apology, like, hey, I'm gonna keep being morbid, and this is who I am, but sorry if it's like a little too dark. So that's what that song's about, and I think I like that one. Just if only because it's my newest song.
Okay. Try to share my screen here, see what happens. We got something like this happening. Let's see.
I've never seen so many of myself.
There's so many.
Yeah.
Actually, this is perfect. This is perfect. Let's see if I can put this on here. This is from SoundCloud.
Batteries come back to life again. I'm sorry for scared you. I never meant for you to find that I lock inside my mind every night. Oh, I know I should have called you. I'll try and find the time. Maybe I'm preoccupied with my darker side. Yeah, lately I'm preoccupied with my darker side. 10,000 hours for superpowers. Master the art of pushing a flower. Let's grab a knife and carve me up. Watch me spill my pumpkin guts just to stuff them all back in before the sun comes up again. I'm sorry if I scared you.
Very cool. We're gonna carve you up and spill your guts out here. I think that's
Pumpkin
what
guts, yeah.
I think that's what we did today. I think we were able to get you to spill your guts out and talk a little bit about this really cool project. You're an artist. I've always like admired that, and it's a privilege to have you on board. Kevin is saying, "Love that Phil Spector beat." Did you record this with Logic? What did you record it with?
Yeah, I use Logic, and I've been trying to record with an actual drum kit, setting up mics and stuff, but in the basement, it's just, it's just not possible to get a good live drum sound. So I just that was one battle with myself I had over quarantine. Like, let me just do this with MIDI drums and just release them. And they're not going to be perfectly mixed anyway, because I'm not of that caliber
No, it's good. It's got that crunch.
recording artist. Yeah.
I finally figured out
It's
how to
it's
share my screen, so now we have your friggin'
Oh,
SoundCloud
gotcha.
up.
That's my SoundCloud. Yep.
There it is.
It's
Finally.
if you guys don't know what SoundCloud is, it's you don't have to subscribe or pay. So it's just a website where musicians can post their music for free and share it with people. Thank you,
Awesome.
Kevin. I'm glad you like it.
Kevin is a music connoisseur, as they say,
Connoisseur.
or a dinosaur.
Connoissaurus.
He might be a dinosaur. He's a fish fan. Um, so any last words that we have here before we kill this?
No, besides thank you for doing this, and
It's my
I
pleasure.
hope I can reach a few more people with the music, and hopefully someday soon I'll have it on Spotify, a place where people actually do listen to music, and maybe I'll have a full album, or maybe start with an EP or something. But until then, I'm gonna keep doing a few more and just getting them out there.
Awesome.
And yeah, looking forward to playing them live.
Well, thanks for being on here and hanging out with me. We've got one more Fishosaur. Okay, thanks, Kevin. Thanks for thanks for going there. Thanks for being here. I want to see more, so let's do this again, and we'll
All
try
right,
to
cool.
make this a little bit more organized next time, and we'll talk soon. Thanks, man.
Costumes next time.
Yes, costumes. We'll do a little cosplay.
Yeah, it'll be Halloween every time we do this.
Thanks for watching Real Brave Live. This is Dan, and signing off. Thanks.